Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Macuro Siding, my Nscale layout. My name's Dave, and this week we started on a new industry on the layout. I'm going to put in a cement plant, and I'm going to talk about the two kits that I'm using here. One is a Walthers, and one is a Craftsman kit. And I'm going to I'm going to be kit bashing. They're not so much kit bashing, but custom adding part to the to both of these buildings, because there is one major flaw between both of these, and I don't know why neither of the companies thought about this, but here we go. So this tall building is for a railroad. I'm going to switch to 7, I think. Here we go. There we go. Tall building is storage silos for obviously the materials that you make cement with. It's got a rail shed here on this side, and the smaller building, I'm just going to move that off the roof. The smaller building is a building designed to offload onto cement trucks. Now, if you're a sharp-eyed viewer, you're wondering, how do they get the cement from the towers to the little building to put it in the trucks? They don't. There is no, in neither kit is there any provision for there to be an attachment of any kind between the two buildings. Of course, they're made by different companies, so they wouldn't do that. But I would have thought Walthers would have provided at least one more building just to move the materials from the silos to another building so that you can put them in the trucks. Anyway, they didn't. So what I've done is I've made a mock-up of a building, a portion of a building, that I'm going to put here, so that it'll be on the side of the building. We're going to have an opening in it. I've got it on upside down here. I've already marked this for certain things. It's going to have an opening 50 millimeters off the ground, which matches the opening 50 millimeters off the ground on the other building. Now, this building has a provision for being a very small plant and using a conveyor from the ground to inside the building, but there's no mixing. There's nothing going on, so I had to decide to add to this, because I just wasn't going to be happy that there wasn't some kind of prototypical way. I know that Walthers makes a large HO kit with more buildings and stuff in it, but they don't make one in Nscale. They just make the silos and the car shed in Nscale. So then, once I had this all built and in place, I took my measurements off of this, and I came up with these pieces of card that are cut already and ready to go. So for this video, we're just going to put this, I'm going to get some, where am I going to go? I'm going to go here. I'm going to get some bamboo skewers, again, from the dollar store, my favorite supply shop. I did buy bamboo rods from square rods from Amazon, but they cost way more than the dollar store stuff does, and I never realized that these skewers that they have were bamboo. And I was just wandering around the store as I normally do when I go there, and okay, I'm going to mark this. Now this additional part to the silos is going to be covered in evergreen styrene metal siding, so it matches the finish on the engine shed, or on the car shed that's on the other side, and it'll be painted the same color, the same green, so that all flows together. So I've got one rod cut. Let's take it, put it against the other piece of bamboo I got here. I already shot this video once today. And I did something I've never done in the past. I forgot to check the microphone. So I have a video, complete video of everything we're doing right now with absolutely no sound, which is a real nuisance. There we go. So now we got that. So, 2 bamboo rods, 3 pieces of cardstock. So, what am I looking for? That's thin, that's thick. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, and now just a little bit of CA along here. And whoops, gotta be careful here. I'm gonna get this straight up and down and level with the edge of the cardstock so it actually functions as reinforcement. So I'll just give that a hold for a second. Set it aside. Now I've got to think about this. That goes there. This goes here, so that piece of wood goes on this edge. So again, bamboo on the, you know what, I'm gonna, there we go. Now you can see what's going on. And let me zoom out. There we go. Put this to the side, put that over there. Hold it down for a few seconds. So now that's in place. So, next step. Take the CA and we're going to bead across it. Now originally I thought I would show you the whole build of building the towers and everything else, but it's just building a kit. It's not doing anything different than what any other modular does. And so using the laser cutter and making an addition is more along the lines of what this channel is really about, because I would say 90 to 95% of all the buildings that I have are either kit batch, custom built, or scratch built. The reality is, and I heard somebody else say this about the modeling, is I think it might have been Boomer, and that is that you don't want your layout populated with the same plastic similar style or similar build buildings. I have nothing against Walthers, but if you go through especially in their N-scale catalog of stuff, it's very difficult to find a variety of buildings. So we'll go to 7 again here. So there it is, standing with everything in place. So it's going to sit in here like here, and like this. This building is going to sit over here, and where's my little, and now let's see, did I cut it the right size? Yes, I did. Always surprises me sometimes. And I'm going to, okay, cut it the right size on this, but I didn't cut. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to trim out this a bit here on this building, which I won't do on camera because it's just menial manual work. And the next step that I do is to now take this structure, and measure it again. Go to the laser cutter software and make sure I have the correct widths of all of these sides, because once you've got to put it together, you've got to account for the thickness of the cardstock, and that otherwise you're putting in corner braces and stuff that you don't really need to put in. So this little kit, if you go to Shapeways, you can find not the kit itself on Shapeways, but you can find these tanks, some little I don't know, dumpers things. And I think what they intended to do with this, on this kit, the smaller kit, was that you were to put this like this, bring the building over, and then they right here, they'd use this to go into it, and that would make it a very tiny plant. Okay, but it wouldn't be served by the railway, and I don't know that there's any point in it being on your layout, especially in industry. Let me see if I can bring it in curves. All right, I'm just going to focus. So you can see they wanted it to go from here on the little platform up and into the building, and I think that it's going to look much better. This covered conveyor belt over top in here, and it's long enough I can decide how far I want the buildings to be apart. So the only thing I have to do on this building, I'm checking the inside of it, I think I'm going to have to cut it in a certain direction. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. So what'll happen next week is the top of this will be finished. The top of this will be finished. This will be all finished, and we'll go about building a. I may put it all on a small piece of styrene. I don't think I'm going to though, because I want to have, obviously, I've already laid the track for this. So if I put it on styrene, I'm going to have trouble getting the track to go through here. So I'm probably just going to finish the building off next week, and we'll do the whole thing on air with the putting the styrene on, painting it, and adding all of the little bits and bobs that have to go on the top of this. So that's it for this week. I want to thank you for watching. As always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and remember, it's your railroad and you can build it any way you want. And I'll see you next week. Bye.